Okay, I guess we're live. Thank you everybody for joining me. And let's get started. We're going to talk about Facebook for Business today. And let me do a little intro of myself first. I've been a business owner for 23 years. And my husband and I have owned a brick and mortar business for 20 years. Our family owns a small farm. We've got cattle, sheep, chicken guineas, and 2 dogs. So we've got quite a menagerie here, and my 2 boys help with that. I started network marketing a couple of years ago, and I took my first Facebook course about a year and a half ago. So I would have to say that 2014 was my year of learning. I spent a lot of time last year on courses and in masterminds and having a lot of fun. And this year is I've declared as my year of success. I'm working on leadership, marketing, and financial. So I'm looking forward to 2015. I think it's going to be a fun, exciting year. Now, there's just to get you familiar with the webinars on air that you're on. At the top, if you go over to the left, there's a column of buttons. On the top is a chat button. You can tell which buttons are activated because they're highlighted. And the top one is the chat button, and the second one is Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to just click on there, and it'll notify me that there's questions in there, and I'll try to remember to check it every once in a while. There's a little hand at the bottom. You can raise your hand if you have trying to get my attention, although I still have to look over in the same area to see it. So, and I think those are the 2 important ones. And I will move over to, well, I guess it's going to tell me. Okay. Well, let's get started talking about Facebook. Facebook is a very powerful tool for online marketing, and I'll give you a few stats. These are all effective September of 2014. There are 864 million daily active users. 864 million. So that's quite a marketplace. That's why it's so popular for marketers. There are 703 million mobile daily active users. So out of those 864 million, 703 are on their mobile phone. That tells you a lot about how you should market, and I'll mention that later, although this is not an ads training. It's just setting up Facebook. So anyway, 1.35 billion active monthly users. And of those 1.35 billion, 1.12 billion are on mobile. So those are the monthly active users. Okay, well, let's maybe I'll chat a little bit first about when you start off on Facebook, you've got to define who your audience is. Who are you trying to reach? Who's your target audience? Who are you trying to sell to, promote to? Who are you trying to get your message out to? And so you really need to understand that. So that's one of the first things you need to do is figure that out. Get some, are you after marketers or home-based people? Are you after people who are into health and wellness? Or if you're a charity and you're looking for people to donate, what kind of people are going to donate? If you're trying to reach like a marketing audience, a network marketing audience, or a home business audience, you want to understand what are their struggles, what information are they looking for, what is it that they need to learn, and so you're going to set up your message around all those ideas. So that's one of the first things that you need to do. So I think what I'll do right now is I'll go ahead and I'm going to screen share and go into Facebook, and we'll start from there. Okay. All right, it hung up a little bit, so hang with me here. It's running a little slow for some reason. There we go. Okay, so you should be seeing my profile page, and I will zoom in, so hopefully you can see it better. I know some people have a hard time seeing this. All right, so here's your profile page. And you probably know that there's two types of pages. There's profile pages and there's fan pages. And if you're going to set up your business, you don't want to just use your profile page. There's a lot of people that try to use their profile page for business. One, Facebook frowns upon that. So you really don't want to do that. They can shut people down if you get too prolific on your profile page. The idea of your profile page is to connect with friends and family. But that doesn't mean you're not going to post anything on your profile page about your business, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But your fan page is what is really for you're doing business, because you're real limited here on your profile page. When you go to do a post, you don't have any way to promote it. You don't have any way to do ads. The ads manager is set up strictly for the fan pages. They don't, I don't even have a boost post. I think the boost post used to be on the profile page, but it's not even there anymore. So your profile page is mainly for just setting up who you are. You want the information on there to be friendly, inviting. You want people to want to get to know you. You want them to develop know, like, and trust, because people are only going to buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And so you have to develop that liking, trusting, knowing with people. And the best way to do it is to share things and to do videos and anything that will give them an idea who you are and what you're about. So when I share on here, of course, I have a family picture up here. It doesn't have to be a family picture. I've done scenes and different things, but you want it to be inviting. I've posted, here's some exercise things I found I thought were really great. New Year's, of course, just happened. There's a few posts in here on some of the business things I did. Here was a fun Christmas video that got a lot of action because our dogs are, especially my little white one, he's just crazy about Christmas. I changed my profile picture. I share really inspiring sayings, and here's some helpful hints on healing herbs. That's one of my passions, is natural remedies and good nutrition. And here's from my son was in a play. No, this was the talent show. So you know, those kind of things. You don't want to put pictures on here that are questionable, you know, that might turn people off. You want to keep it friendly and inviting to people. Now, when you set it up, there's the About section here. And the About section is very, very important, because this is what's going to tell people even more about you. And you want to put as much information in here as you possibly can. And I need to update this, but you can add a workplace. Now, if you'll notice, I have links. This is a link to my branding page, and I'll talk to you about branding pages. I have links to my fan pages here in my work section, and that's very important. I have seen people put links in here that they didn't realize they were actually sending business to their competitors, because it's so easy to do. and I'll show you how that happens. Okay, let's add a workplace. Now, let's say you start typing a company. Let's see, let's just type in longevity. Now this one I happen to know is the corporate page. I was hoping, let's try something else. Okay, 90 for life. Now, these are popping up as suggestions. Well, if I select this one, thinking that, oh, it's the site for the company that I'm involved with, you know, that I'm a rep for, and you select that, this might actually be somebody else's business website. So then if you put that in there without checking it first, you may actually be putting a link on your timeline that tells people to go to somebody else's page. So you got to be really careful about that. Positions, let's say, senior executive, or let me do something simpler. Let me just put president. This is something that, see how little, and let me make this a little bigger again. This is a little like briefcase. And what that means is that Facebook created this for you. It's like creating an item for inventory, or it's just a name that they've set up that people can use. So it doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, it does go somewhere. It goes to here, but it doesn't send people anywhere meaningful. It just sends them to the item, and people can like that item. Or if you're, let's see if they have marketing rep. Okay, see how all of these, and some of them people have liked, but it's just a category. It's not really a website or anything like that. So you can put down here sales representative. And here's one that either somebody, looks like somebody mistyped it, misspelled it. Let's just say sales rep. You don't have to put your city or town in there, and you don't have to put a description, but this is your opportunity for people to find out more about you. So every place that you can, you should fill in information. So, you know, I could put in my city and town if I wanted to. It's more important if you're a brick and mortar business, and then sales rep for blah, 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 blah. And I currently work here. If you want to add the year you started, you can add that there. How do you want to share it? Just to your friends, only me, custom. I do everything public. If you're a marketer, you want to do everything public. So then you just save changes. I'm not going to save that right now. Okay, so that's the workplace. You can add places where you've lived if you want to give out that information. Your contact information, yes, you want your contact information on here. Again, you know, however you want people to be able to connect with you. If you want your phone number, if you've got a website, your Facebook location, and if you want your email, I've got my emails hidden at this point. I'm not sure why. I think that was because I added some for verification of the account or something. I'm not sure quite how that one came about. And then what you're interested in. Oh, this is as far as like, I didn't bother putting that information in. Add your language, your religious views, political views. If you want to put that on there. You know, if you're in marketing, I would suggest not really going into your religious and political views, unless that's part of your business. That can get, people can get really carried away with that online. So family relationships, of course, you know, that's just putting down your family. More details about yourself. It looks like I need to update that. Major life events. So those were life events I put in there. Actually, this is all came about from adding my education into my about section. So that's your about section. Now, let's see, photos. You can add Pinterest, which I did. A lot of these are just canned ones that that Facebook has put on there. I added Instagram and I added Pinterest because I use both of those. I added YouTube because I have a YouTube channel. So that's the main thing behind your profile page. And what's more important is your fan page. So let me just go over these buttons really quick. Now, of course, if you're on Facebook, you understand what all this means. That's friend requests, that's comments, or messages, not comments, and notifications of things that have come up that you've signed up for, or asked for notifications, or that type of thing. This is if you want your security, you want to go directly to your security settings. They added that button so that people wouldn't have any problems finding their security settings and could set them up the way they want to. So you can go in there. And here, there's several important things. If you want to, and I'll show you the importance of this later, if you want to use Facebook as, this is my branding page, Cyndie Phillippe. If I want to use Facebook as my Facebook fan page, Cyndie Phillippe, then I would click here. And I'll do that when I'm done explaining this list. And I can use it as my farm, any of my pages that I have here. I can create a new page. I can manage my pages from here. I can create ads and manage ads. It's one of the places you can get into your ads manager is from here. Your activity log is what you've been doing, you know, posts you've made. If people are trying to post to your page, I don't let people post to my page, but that's a personal preference because I don't want to have to monitor what people are putting on there. I'm trying to set up and establish a certain decorum and just the way I want it to be presented to people, so I don't let people post on there. And then there's people who that's what most of their posts are, but obviously they're not using their Facebook for much other than just interacting with people. Newsfeed preferences, that's a new one because the newsfeed now, I'll go over to the newsfeed and show you that, or I'll just go ahead and click on that. Okay, I'm going to show you at a different place here. Settings, we went through the about settings, but let's go into this one real quick. And again, you're probably familiar with all this. You've probably done all this already. This is what you did to set up your profile page, and you go in here and tell them if you want people to post, if you want how to manage people tagging you. If you've got somebody that's pestering you, if you need to block somebody, you can do that in here. Block apps. I don't like getting game requests because I don't do games online. So I've got a bunch of them blocked. And the notifications, who you're getting notifications from. So this is a very important place. You can turn like birthdays, close friend activities. You just have to go through these one by one, and they usually explain what they mean, and they're mostly self-explanatory. Mobile, you can connect your mobile up with Facebook. Now I haven't done that. Because the way I use Facebook, I really don't need that function, but you can do more things from, or it's the same things, only a different way. You can use your mobile phone more. So if you want to look into that, here's where you would do that. followers, if people can follow you or not. And there's if you're into embed codes, if you have your own website and stuff, that's where you find that. Okay, let's go pretend. Okay, I want to, I'll show you how this works. If I'm going to click on my name as my fan page. It does two things. One, it changes. See how it changed this up here? This now has my picture and it says Cyndie Phillippe. There's a home button and there's still the drop down. It doesn't have as many features on it because you're limited when you're in your fan page persona. You're limited on some of the things that you can do. Okay, so let's take a look at this. And I think what I'll do is I'll show you how to set up a fan page. Let me go back to being Cyndie Phillippe, and I wanted to show you one other thing in your news feed. Okay, I'll show you about this a little bit more probably later on, but to introduce you to it. Now, this is your favorites list, and you can see I have a lot of stuff in my favorites list. I'm getting to where I need to clean it out again, and stuff I'm not using, I need to use. Need to delete. But here's this. When I created my page, I said yes, I want it on favorites, so it landed over here, so it's easy access. These are some groups that I'm in that I like to keep track of. Instead of having to, in case I miss notifications, if somebody posts on these, then these numbers will come up. Like here, there's been 2 posts since the last time I checked it. Here, there's been 20, more than 20 since I last checked that one. That's a pretty prolific site. So that's, this is a combination of groups and my fan pages and different things that I'm involved in. Okay. And so it makes it convenient if you put it over here. Now, you'll see up here, there's a newsfeed button. This is also new. Facebook just did a major change here recently and changed a lot of different things on how people interact with Facebook. So that's one thing, if you're going to be in Facebook for business, you need to be flexible and adaptable because if nothing else, it's constantly changing. So newsfeed, now you've got 2 options. You can either go with top stories, which is Facebook's preference, or most recent. Now, top stories means that Facebook decides from your activities and preferences and things that you've put out there what stories you're going to be most interested in. I don't particularly want Facebook deciding for me what are my top stories. Now, it is useful to sometimes go there and maybe you've missed something, but I like to stay on most recent because I want to see, obviously, excuse me, the most recent items. So watch out for that. If you're on top stories, this goes away, that little bar goes away, and then I just switch back. I check it periodically. All right, so let's go in and create a new page because that's where, when you're creating a new page, there's a lot of things you need to consider. Now, if you're a local business, that means you actually have a storefront somewhere. That's what this is for. You don't want to select this unless you're a storefront because this gives you features of location and puts maps on things. So that's very useful if you're a retail business owner or you have a service business or something where you have a storefront. Company, organization, or institution, that's if you're like a big company or you want to set up a page for, let's say, like if you have a Godfather's Pizza, well, if you want a a company Facebook page, I mean, you would want to be the owner of Godfather's Pizza, not a franchise. If you were a franchise, you would want to set up your own your own page. Brand or product. So this would be one where if you're selling products, if you're into network marketing and you have products that you want to sell, or you're trying to brand, or it's a brand that you're trying to promote, that's where you would go for that. Now, if you're a network marketer, you do not want to set up your fan page as you don't want your primary fan page to be the product or the name of the business, like Godfather's Pizza, because it's all going to be generic to Godfather's Pizza. It's not going to tell anybody about you. One of the things that's really, really important with promoting on Facebook is that you need to brand yourself. It's called attraction marketing. And you know how you get tired of people throwing like, oh, this is this great opportunity, great opportunity, great opportunity. Or this is the best shake for weight loss, best weight loss system. You know, you see those types of promos over and over and over again. Are you really going to join with somebody? You know, you might, but you're going to research whether, you know, you're going to research the person, you're going to research the company. So you're going to want to find out more information about it before you just join with any person. So branding yourself is the best way to get people to know, like, and trust you. You want people to get to know you. So if the first thing you should do is set up your own branding fan page. Now that's what a lot of people use their profile page for. And again, as I was explaining that, at one point I forgot to mention, is if you do that on your profile page, your friends and your family are going to shut off notifications from you, because they're not going to want to see notifications constantly about your business and your latest deal. And you don't want your profile page filled with that. Your profile page is more about your life and who you are. Now your public figure page, which is what you should set up first. I do have product pages, but I set up special product pages because I want to use them for advertising. And so I want the advertisement to say like that product or name. And that's another whole course about marketing and ads. So let's start with the public figure. So you need to, entertainment is if like you're a band or something like that. And cause or community is if you're in you know, non-for-profit, a charity, community group, that type of thing. So let's go in here. All right, you got all kinds of choices. What kind of public figure are you? And let's see, do you want to promote yourself as a blogger, a business person, entrepreneur? There's several good ones here for branding yourself as a marketer. Public figure, a lot of the top leaders, the top income earners in the network marketing sector make themselves a public figure because they want to be public. They want people to get to know, like, and trust them. So you see this used a lot. Like in here, if you're a photographer or again, the entrepreneur or designer, there's lots of choices here. But let's go with public figure. And then what is going to be the name on your page? And use your name. You want people to get to know you, so use your name. So I've already got one, but I'm just doing this for testing. So of course, if you want to look at the Facebook page terms. They're right there. And let's get started. Oop, maybe not get started. Oh, maybe it's not liking because I already had that name out there. Let's just say, okay, see if that was the problem. Yeah. No? Yes. Okay. They knew I was already out there, obviously. Okay. As I was mentioning with the profile page, you want to, every chance you get, oops, sorry about that, I forgot to move my phone. Every chance you get, you want to fill in the blanks and provide as much information as possible. And especially on a fan page, you want to do that because that's the whole idea of your fan page, is to get the information out there. So, you know, tell people who you are, what you want to do. You want calls to action. You want to put in a link, and you can, if you're not sure on how to set it up, go ahead and fill it in. You've got 155 characters, and it'll count down for you. And then once you go to your page and it doesn't look right, you can edit it. So don't get too hung up on how it looks right now. And then if you have a link in here, put your link. If you've got a blog, if you've got I don't know, a newsletter or a website that you want people to go to, this is where you want to put it, and then you'll have a clickable link on your page. Okay, let's save info. Profile picture. A little bit about the profile picture. You know, I used just as nice a picture as I could find for a long time. And eventually what you want to do is you want to get a professional picture. And when you get your professional picture, that's what you want to use everywhere because you're trying to brand yourself. So this is not something you're going to keep changing. Once you decide on a picture to put in here, you keep it there and use that picture or a similar picture everywhere that you're trying to promote yourself and your business. And that's what's called branding. So you can upload a picture. We'll just skip that for now. Add to favorites, absolutely add it to favorites, and because you want to be able to monitor it. So I'm going to skip that because I don't want to add this to my favorites since it's just a test one. Reach more people. It's like promote your page with an ad right now. Let's go for it. You can skip that because you got plenty of time for ads later, and at this point your page isn't ready to advertise. So, but they're trying to get you started right away promoting your page. Okay, so now it lands us on the start of the page, and they're going to put you through a little bit of a tutorial. Everything you need to manage your page is in these tabs up here. I'll go through that. You should go ahead and like your page right away. Get the likes started. This gives you a rundown for the week of how many page likes you've gotten, how many notifications, messages, how much, it'll tell you how much reach you've gotten. And build your audience, I'll go through that. You can update email contacts if you want to use that route. And there's some other things in there. Okay. The next thing you want to do is add a cover. And again, this is branding yourself. So try and come up with something really nice. And again, you know, when you're first starting, you might not have the best graphics. You can go find HD covers use a really good HD quality photo. And if you're into graphics and you know how to make a graphic, make yourself a graphic and throw it in here. But make sure it's professional looking. Now, you can invite people. Let's see, here's build, let's do this, build audience. You can invite your friends. So if I click on that, it's going to bring up the list of all my friends from my Facebook page. Excuse me. From my profile page. And it'll let me invite people from there. Suggest a page. What was that? Oh, I think, oh, this is, if you've got any of these services, you can pull in contacts from there. Promote your website. Here it's setting you up with an ad, and you can use the ads manager. I'm not going to go through the ads manager today. That's like a major training, and I do that in a separate training. Help, take the tour again, visit the help center. So you've got a little bit of help there. Alrighty. When somebody likes something, your page, your post, leaves a comment, this number will come up here, and the notification says that I like the page. If somebody sent you a message, it will be here, and then it should, yeah, that one should clear out. And it's telling you up here what's not complete. Add a profile picture, add your cover picture, add your contact info. That's what you need to do. Now let's go into, oh, all right. Oh, sorry, wrong settings. Settings. All right, general settings. Oh, they've already published my page. I want to unpublish it because I don't want it out there. Posting ability. You need to go through all of these one by one. And I'll go through some of these. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but some of this stuff is really important. Anyone can post on my page. Anyone can add photos. I do not let people do that. That's what I was telling you before, is that's not how I want to interact on my page. So, okay. I do not allow other people to post. I disabled that. Now, targeting and privacy for posts. Allow targeting and privacy options when I create posts. That just gives you more options when you post, as far as if you're who you want to see. Although I don't ever use it, you can turn it off if you want. But you can go back to your post and see what it's allowing you to do, and you can use the features or not. People can allow people to contact my page privately by showing the message button. You definitely want that checked because you want people to be able to communicate with you. So that needs to be checked. Only people who help manage my page can tag photos. I don't let people do a lot of tagging on my photos. It's just a personal preference of mine, and so I don't do that. And this is only people who manage my page. That brings up a very good point, which we will get to over here in page roles, is you should always have a backup person in case something happens that you can't access your page. Page is visible to everyone. Yes. Page is shown to everyone. Yes. No words are being blocked. This is a profanity. Well, there's the profanity filter, but you can specify words that you want blocked. I haven't had the need to do this, and you don't really want to put any restrictions on your page if you don't have to. And for the most part, you really don't need to. If you do get somebody who's being obnoxious and using nasty language or whatever that you don't like, block them from your page. Similar page suggestions. I've gone back and forth on this. You know how when you like a page, they show you a whole string of other similar pages? Well, when you do that, they're showing your competition. Now, it may not be a big deal, but keep it in mind, if you're a pizza joint and they're liking your page, do you want them to go to all the other pizza joint pages that are in your area? Probably not. For me, it's not really that big a deal, and it does promote you. So you have to just think about your situation. Similar page. Oh, that's what I just done. Comment ranking is turned on. Comment ranking. That sounds. Allow comment ranking. I'm not actually sure what that is, so we'll go ahead and allow it. I think that is if somebody else is looking at it, if there's a comment that's more popular, it might show it at the top. And actually I've run into, if that's what that is, I turn it off because it's a bit obnoxious. I prefer to just see all of them in the order that they were presented. So that's more for your viewer, but this is a dummy one, so I don't have to worry about that. If you have made a page and you made another page for a different purpose, and then you decided you just wanted to merge them so you don't lose your fans, you can merge duplicate pages. There, you can go through this. I've done it successfully. I had some issues with one page, so I created a new one, and then the other page became active, and I didn't need both, so I merged them, and it worked very well. If at any point you don't want your page, there's where you delete it. Page info, you can actually go in here and you can edit your category, you can edit your name. I think there's limits on editing your name though. At the beginning you can change it all you want, but once the name is out there, I think they're only going to let you change it once, and they put you through the ringer on it, because I did do that as well one time. Okay. Okay. You want to create your own web address. Like mine is Cyndie.Phillippe or Cyndie Phillippe. I'm not sure how it shows up there. But you have to have at least 25 fans before they'll let you do that. But once you're able to do that, yes, then you've got something really simple that you can send out to people and say, here's my website, check me out. Start info, when you joined Facebook, if you want that to show, enter your address. This is only really important if you're a storefront or for some reason you want people to know where you're at. Enter your affiliation. So if you're affiliated with a product or a company, you can enter that. I'm not real sure where that shows up, but you can play with that. Your short description, you can modify that anytime. And this impressum, don't worry about that, just ignore it. It's actually more for foreign countries. Enter your bio, important. Here, this is what I'm talking about where you want to fill everything in. So fill in your bio, awards, your gender, that's not going to be a big deal. You brand yourself, they're going to know whether you're male or female. Personal information about yourself, whatever you want to share, whatever you think is going to make you more attractive to people as a business partner or as somebody that they feel they can trust to buy things from, all that stuff. Personal interest, same thing. If you want your phone number to show up, your email address, other accounts. Oh, if you want links for your other accounts to show up, if you have Instagram, put that in there. Twitter, Skype, I would put all this stuff in there. Enter your website. Oh, like I've got a blog now, so that's That's my website. I would put that in there. If you have a website outside of Facebook, that's where you enter the link. I enter the... Okay, so like longevity, if I wanted to, let's see what happens when I type that in. Yeah, again, you got to be careful. I don't know if that's bringing up the official, because that doesn't seem like enough likes. You don't want to pick something that's actually somebody else's page. This is, if your page is about a brand, add the name of that brand, celebrity, or organization here. It'd be fine if it was just the word, but it's bringing in a link, so I'm not sure about doing that unless you're sure that that's the link you want in there. I mean, that's probably what they're doing. Let's see, 90 for life. It's not coming up. I don't think that's it. That's YGYI. That's not coming up either. And just be careful with that. If it'll pop up for you, then that's what you want to use, and that's just your ID, which is up here. That's your page ID. Post attribution. Okay, you can change this in there post by post, but in general, do you want to post on your fan page as your fan page or as your profile name? And I would do it as my fan page. Again, personal preference. Notifications. Do you want to get a notification each time there's an activity on your page? You probably do. Or if you want to control it to where you get one notification every 12 to 24 hours, you could do that if that works for how you run your business. And then this is, turn off and on what it is you want to get messages about. You probably, there are notifications. You want to get notifications on messages. If you are using reviews a lot, like if you're a restaurant and you're using reviews, you probably want that turned on. Tips, I'm not sure what that is. I'd have to check that one out. New comments on your page post. So if somebody comments on one of your page posts, or there's an edit to a comment you've written, that would only be done by you or your admin. New likes on your page post, new likes altogether. I wouldn't want, if I'm running a like campaign, I wouldn't want this turned on because I don't need to get a notification every time somebody likes it, because hopefully I'm getting a lot of likes during the like campaign. And edit to posts you have written. I'm not sure who would be editing them except the admin person. So you can turn things off and on here. Get an email each time there's an activity on your page. Depending on how you use email, I don't want an email every time, not if I'm getting a notification every time. Okay, page roles. This is important. You need to set up an additional admin. And they'll tell you, if you select it, it tells you what that person can do. But the reason you want a backup is if something happens where you cannot access your page, and maybe you can't access it for a period of time, somebody else can get into it and take care of it for you. So you always want to have a backup in here. And so add somebody you trust that you can work with to be your an admin, or I would make them an admin because then they have almost full access to everything. Whoop! Oh, I didn't mean to jump out of there. Let's see. We were at page roles. Apps. These are internal to Facebook, where if you want to create events for marketing. Both of these are very good for marketing. So I would add both of these. Let's see, is it doing it? Didn't do anything, so let's see if it's on there already. They'll be under here. Yeah, events and notes were already on there. So that's why it didn't do anything. And right now they don't have any suggestions. Suggested edits, no pending. That's, I guess Facebook is going to help you edit. If you want to feature, if you haven't liked any other pages. Okay, this is when you add a featured page owner, their personal information will be publicly displayed in the About section of this page. And this page will be shown on their personal profile. I think this is fairly new because I don't remember running into this before. But that's a free way of promoting yourselves on each other's page. So that's a pretty cool feature. I like that. Either that or I just never noticed it before. You haven't liked any other pages. Learn more about liking other pages. Okay, I'm going to show you about liking other pages because that's really important. This again is the if you want to connect up your mobile with your page, and if you need to ban users, that's in there. What was I going to? Oh, liking other pages. Okay. Now, I'm going to get that out of the way. Oh, is it going to let me like? It might not let me like pages. Hang on, let me see. Eric Ray. Oh, I want his. Oh, now I'm surprised. Remember I told you about the briefcases? He's called him. Well, that's his title. Let me go back here before it's CEO of my own life. Okay, so all of his are briefcases. Now, if you remember, when we were at mine, this is his profile page, but when we were at mine, that I had all of mine were all clickable links to my fan pages, and that's really what you want to do here, because when you go here, lead activist, it just takes you to this dummy page that Facebook has set up for this topic. And that's all it is. It doesn't send them anywhere important or give them any additional information about you. Okay, I'm looking for, I want a page. Okay, here we go. GoPro with Eric War. So this is his page. Let's see if it looks like. Huh. It almost looks like somebody's using his page to promote things on. That's not good. Let's find another one. Robert Kiyosaki. All right. This is probably that's his personal page. He doesn't even, oh no, this isn't. This is his fan page. It's liked. Now, here's another important thing to keep in mind, and you need to be telling people this. I'm not getting notifications from his page. And it used to be that if you liked a page, you got notifications. But if you don't purposely hover over the liked and click get notifications, you're not going to get notifications, or people aren't going to get notifications from your page. So you need to tell people to like my page and check get notifications, because then it's going to show up here. I'm going to turn that off. But this page is liked. Did I go? Oh, I ended up back as Cyndie Phillippe. Let me. Oh, that's where I'm at. Okay, let me go in as myself. And once you've set up, this is my fan page. Once you have set up, gone in and liked as your fan page, you have to do it as your fan page. See, I'm a Cyndie Phillippe fan page right now. Then when you click home, your news feed is going to be of those pages that you liked as your fan page. And here's one of the techniques for going in and meeting people. This is a way to, it's one of the free ways of interacting with people, and it's an important way of interacting with people. You want to find a post, and you want to set a certain amount of time for this, because you know once you get on Facebook, you can the time can just get eaten away and eaten away and eaten away, and before you know it, you've spent a couple hours. You have to stay focused, give yourself a time limit, set a timer on your clock, or there's timers you can get on your in fact, I've got one right here, timers that you can get on your computer to keep you from spending too much time. And then find something that, okay, here, today's affirmation: I'm so grateful now that this year brings me inspired action to achieve my goals. Write yes below if you're joined. Oh, if you will join to use this affirmation today. So she's already got 76 likes, 62 comments. So you can go in here. Now see, this is the top comments I was talking about. Sometimes I change that to recent, and then you gotta view previous. It's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. Okay, now I've got all the comments showing. And if this is something you want to provide value and you want to be genuine, don't just start saying, oh yeah, to anything that's in here. Find things that really mean something for you, that really are important to you, or that you can really relate to. So then make a comment in here. And once you make a comment, then everybody on the list is going to get, everybody that's in here is going to get a notification that somebody else commented. Okay, so there's a comment. And if somebody go through this, people haven't been real communicative. Oh, I was supposed to write yes. I guess I wasn't following. I did write yes, but so most people just wrote yes. Let's find another one. Let's see what Michelle's. If you could have one thing delivered to your door every day, what would it be? So let's say fresh organic fruits and vegetables and really good craft beer. So you can go in here, and if there's somebody that says something in here that you find humorous or have a comment to, reply, interact. That's how you meet people. And this really works, because I've had people send me friend requests and say, hey, I really like your comments. I'd like to connect with you on Facebook. And so this is an easy way to do it. Again, give value, be genuine. This one I would just give a humorous reply to. If somebody asked a serious question, I would give them some value, things I knew. So that's what this, that's a great way of going in and interacting. So you go through here, you find one that's got lots of likes and shares, something that relates to you, and start interacting with people. There's 33 shares that Diane's very popular. I've taken some courses from her, excellent trainer. Michelle as well. In fact, I'm going to talk a little bit here at the end of it, and I'm to an hour, so I'd like to try and wrap this up. There's a lot of things that I haven't told you about, content ideas. I mean, this could be a huge training, and I'm trying to give you the highlights. Let me just give you some content ideas. Let me go to, well, I had talked to you a little bit about on my page some of the things I've done. This is a link to my blog. This one was a link from Instagram. Instagram is another great way to market, and it's pretty much free. There's a couple things you can pay for, but they're really, really cheap. So you want to provide interesting articles. And these are articles from my blog that I wrote myself. But if you find something, there's a lot of good websites out there, Facebook pages that provide a lot of value. If there's something on there you particularly like, share it with people. Did I share this? Yeah, I shared this from somebody else's site. I really like this. It really spoke to me. And don't just share, put your own comment in up here. You don't want to just slap something down. You want to be interacting with people. This is another Instagram post. I'm trying to find one. I've been doing a lot of Instagram lately, so that's, I'm looking for, here's a share from somebody's page that is always really inspiring. Another Instagram post. Here, I shared Ray Higdon's 12 Ways to Improve Your Life. I thought that was real meaningful, and he always is a good trainer. So I provided that. So that's some ideas. You can put questions out there, ask people a question. You can make a statement and ask them if they agree or disagree. You can put a poll on there. You can ask for advice. You can say, hey, I'm starting this new course. Does anybody want to join with me and learn this new skill, and we'll learn it together. People have done that. So there's lots of things you can do there. So let me come back and see if I've got questions. Okay. Q&A. All right. No questions. So hopefully you've gotten a lot of value out of this, and I appreciate you stopping by. And I will be having more trainings in the future. So, oh, and let me, if you want, I was telling you Michelle Pescosolitos, who I learned all my Facebook training from. So if you want to learn more about Facebook in a full-blown, I think there's 9 modules in this course. I just activated the module button, and I mean the item button, and you can pick up this course and get real in depth. And she also has a Facebook group that you can join to get support, and she updates the course periodically as Facebook makes major changes. So it's an excellent course. That's where I got my start, and it's been wonderful ever since. It really helped me get started. So thank you so much for joining me today, and hopefully I will see you on future webinars. Bye for now.